the Houston Texans have found their franchise quarterback. But unfortunately for them, he got injured. But when you look at the Texans, obviously their community has definitely faced much worse tragedies than a couple players getting injured here and there. Now, the Texans, as I said, were plagued with injuries throughout the season. And when I look at Bill O'Brien has dealt with many injuries before. He obviously dealt with J.J. Watt being out for the season in 2015 and all of that. But for this year, he lost J.J. Watt and he still goes 4-12 or 5-11, whatever his record is. And when you put that in perspective, you feel like a quarterback or a coach that has gone through carousels of quarterbacks in 2015 and whatnot, that has done this before, has dinked around and all that, hasn't really delivered for that for this season. It feels weird that you feel like Watson goes down. That hey, maybe you could put a quarterback there, a backup quarterback like Tom Savage, and maybe take them to the playoffs like they did in the past 2 seasons. Some random backup, but it hasn't been the case, unfortunately, and it's pretty self-evident that it has been the case here. And maybe it's because the AFC South has definitely stepped their game up this year. I mean, when you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously Tom Coughlin coming there, just kind of disciplining the crap out of the Jaguars. And then you got the Titans, obviously, who have finally made a playoff push and whatnot. It's the first time since I want to say 2008 they made the playoffs. So the AFC South definitely stepped their game up, and it looks like Bill O'Brien is going to have to step up the game up with them. Now, when I heard when Bill O'Brien was going to get rumors of him getting fired, I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. I think Bill O'Brien is one hell of a good coach. And if you look at what he did with Deshaun Watson looked like a great quarterback. I mean, Richard Sherman himself says he's up there with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. So when you put that in perspective, I mean, Bill O'Brien knows how to deal with the quarterbacks. He's an actual quarterback whisperer, unlike somebody, Jackson. But when it comes to this at all, that's definitely played a big role. Now, there is some news here where the GM, Ricky Smith, is going to have to deal with some family issues. He's going to step out for a year or so, or I think he might have resigned. Who knows? But their GM, who's been there for a while, who has done a pretty darn good job with the Houston Texans, seems as if that he will be gone for the 2018 season. And when you put this all together, the Houston Texans, there's some optimism right here and all that, but for a team that found their starting quarterback for the next maybe or for the next 10 years maybe, and with a coach that's known to deal with injuries and all that, they still weren't able to get a playoff push and all that. And I have to say that's due to the strength of schedule has definitely played a toll on the Texans. It's definitely something Bill O'Brien has to address in the future and whatnot. But at least for Houston, at least their baseball team won the World Series.